Hey there, welcome. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for Tuesday. Favorite day of the week, June 11th, 2019. We are using 78 Tarot's Mythical deck for today's reading. Our card from the bottom, a theme of energy running through the day, something for us to adventure with and explore. We have, Queen of Swords. Look at her. I love her in this deck. Such a beautiful card. She reminds me of the goddess Kali, so there's a bit of death and rebirth on this card too. Queen of Swords, queens, kings, they bring us opportunities to engage our self-mastery with their unique qualities. So swords, the suit of swords, it's thoughts. It's how we think and how we speak to our own selves and about our life, and then of course to others as well. The Queen of Swords has a reputation for being very cold and calculating. I do not see her that way at all. As a matter of fact, I see her as fair and non-judgmental. And one of her primary messages is that she does not suffer foolishness, her own especially. And if she notices it, she doesn't criticize it. She doesn't judge it. She accepts it for what it is. She examines it. She looks at the whole picture. She thinks on its value, its purpose, how it has served her. Is she done with it? Yes, no. If yes, she lets it go and is grateful for the lesson it brought. So that's some self-mastery we can take away from this card. Let's see how she connects to the other cards. Also, the moon. Beautiful. Whoa. Okay, we'll get to that. The other thing about this queen is that she's kind of got a bird's eye view on her entire realm. So she's looking at the full picture. She's not just staring at what's in front of her. She's off in the periphery as well. And the decisions she makes, she understands that they don't affect just her. They affect everyone connected to her. And she considers that. Without hesitation, though. It's not like she lingers over it or mulls anything over too long. She's quite decisive. And anything that's got to go, she'll put a sword through it or on top of it. She's coming at it, we'll just say that. Now with the moon here, the moon is all about our intuition, our sensitivity. It's the most sensitive aspect of our own personality. It's where we're influenced by it. And the moon is borrowed light of the sun. Now in the light of the sun, everything is revealed. If we choose to look at it, we can see it. And in the moonlight, we have a shadowy glow. We have a completely different perspective from which to perceive and engage things in. And, you know, I hear a lot of readers, when they turn over the moon, they'll say, oh, deception, lies, and secrets. I've just not ever felt that with the moon. I've always had this smile in my heart when I see the moon, because I understand it's about amplifying intuition. So when the moon is present, our intuitive gifts, however they present, are amplified. Then you add the mastery of this queen to that. And what a combination. That is just powerful. We could smote ourselves with that stuff. So also a message of the moon, we have something unknown becomes known. There's some sort of brilliant intuitive clarity here, and it's being combined with the wisdom and discernment of that queen. So you have all the benefits of logic, reason, common sense on the queen, and all the benefits of the sensitivity of your intuitive gifts in a heightened way. So being enlightened, amplifying the intuition. That's how whatever's coming in intuitively, it's going to get really, really expanded on that queen. There'll be no doubting the clarity of the intuition. The feeling here is that there'll be no need to question it. It will be that clear. Let's see what comes next. Oh, no kidding. The Ace of Swords. Well, divine and cosmic gift of everlasting strength and brilliant clarity. Wow, we have that message twice here with the Queen of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this is sandwiching the intuition. Brilliant clarity. Well, if ever there is a day to talk to your favorite psychic, this would be the day. Or, you know, beyond that. This is about you receiving messages, direct, divine communication between you and the universe, the all that is. And it's clear, it's unmistakable. Beautiful. Let's see what comes with it. I have some butterflies there for what's next. Oh, Temperance. Okay. Allow. The grace of allowing. That is the message of the Temperance card. It's number 14 in the tarot. 1 and 4 are 5. 5 is the number of change. This is a card of alchemy. So alchemy is change. And this intuitive clarity we have inspires what's on the Temperance card. We're making change. It's in harmony with our highest and greatest potential and outcome. And I really do feel here, my guides are saying it too, this is recognizing that we no longer settle for less. We've had a lot of messages recently from the aces themselves. They've been showing up quite a bit in the readings, and specifically we've seen the Ace of Cups quite a lot, and that's been an ongoing message of giving from our overflow, which means love yourself first, and the ripple effect from that, it's miraculous the way our connections in our personal lives, in our career, how we are of service, how all of that improves. And because we're not drained, we're not feeling a sense of resentment for saying yes too much, and, you know, not knowing when to stop. Just because we have the gift doesn't mean it's on 24 hours, you know. And that is an alchemy in itself, recognizing that. The Queen knows this. The Queen knows that very well. She knows when to stop. She knows when to go. And, you know, if you're honest with yourself, you'll know that as an enlightened, sensitive being, the moon, it's very easy to say yes and to have compassion and kindness for those in your life. And we can get to the end of that. We can get to the end of our rope with that sometimes. And the alchemy there is understanding that, knowing when to turn it off and restore ourselves. That's the alchemy process for us personally. And then we watch, we witness, we get to experience what a benefit that is in every relationship we have. We also have here on the Temperance card 2 cups. And there's the alchemy of change, exchanging between those 2 cups. So we've had a message recently that's shown up in repetition about how our relationships are changing for the better. So we have brilliant clarity here, we have it here, we have intuition and guidance from the universe, and we're putting it all together, and we're using it, and we're offering our cup, and we're receiving cups in return from friends, family, most especially from our beloved. So this is really enjoyable. Just be a sponge today and soak this up, because it is friggin' miraculous. I love it. Okay, let's go on to the energy oracle cards. Like angel answers, these could be an answer to a question or a confirmation for you. So we have the sun and the moon. This just reinforces how clear our intuition is today. Oh, you're all going to have to leave some comments on this one and just share with the group. Share with the group and tell us what happened, because this is an interesting little story. And the sun also brings us joy and bliss and happiness and union, happy relationships. Yeah, it's like as I say it, there it is. Caring connections, 14. Again, a 5. We'll put that with temperance because we got 2 cups there too. So there is a divine union here. Yeah. It just feels so warm and so loving. Like you could swim in that all day long. Oh. Okay. Next. Look at this. It's everywhere. Angel of love. Yeah, this is us loving ourselves and the benefits of that. Look at it. It's all right here in front of us. So much clarity. I guess I'm doing another. We have woman holding a coin. This card reminds me of the 6 of coins in tarot, and it also reminds me of the 9 of coins. Then we have 4 and 2 making 6. 6 in tarot is balance and harmony. So, spirit of giving and receiving here on this card. It's very balanced in the day for us. This is generosity, reciprocity, what we're talking about over here, knowing the alchemy of change in our own selves, knowing when to say yes, when to say no. Saying no is a yes to your own self. Yeah, harmony. Grounded energy there too. Mystical, we have that black cat in there. That's good fortune as well. All right. I'm going to set these down because I'll just keep picking cards. We're going to move on to angel answers though, so let's continue the theme here. That means they just won't be shuffled that way. Yeah, let it answer a question for you or let it be confirmation. Our first card is... Honestly, I think maybe I just ought to leave it on the top of the deck since it's showing up almost every day anyway. Let go. That's what the queen does. She lets go. She drops a sword on whatever needs to go. Perfect, though. Let it go. You know what? Whatever it is you're letting go of, what's filling its space is all this everlasting strength and clarity here. Next, if you believe, what are you holding in your heart space? Believe in it. Talk to the universe about it. Co-create it. Make it real. I'm also hearing, my guides are saying, take a step. Take an action. Step out of your comfort zone just a little bit and rely on your faith. Last one, the situation will improve. I feel that's been happening. You know, I brought it up last week and the week before. We had some messages that brought us back, or you know, took us on a walk down memory lane to the retrograde that we had in March, Mercury in retrograde in Pisces. And I said it before, we were all saying like, wow, this is so gentle as it arrived. Then we wish we'd never said it, because by the end of it, it was like, wow, are you kidding? That was one of the toughest retrogrades ever. And then there was this cone of silence that descended on all of us after Mercury went direct, but the full moon seemed to pull that energy into April and even some into May. So the improvement has been happening over the last several weeks, and we're feeling it, and we're celebrating it, and we feel like sharing again. We feel like accommodating and making space for all the things that we enjoy, and most especially all the relationships that we enjoy. So, all right, next card, last card. Universe has your back. Let's see what our affirmation is for the day. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Well, look at this. Focus on your inner light and see the world through the lens of love, which will create the necessary growth and change, the alchemy, if you will, for all of your caring connections. You will have brilliant clarity and everlasting strength for that. So, let go of anything standing in the way of that. The situation will improve if you believe in the harmony of it all. Discernment will get you there. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here and checking the video out. Have a beautiful Tuesday. Do like, share, subscribe here on the channel. Leave a comment if you're guided. And if you'd like your own personal reading, check the description box. Bye for now, everyone. Sending you my love and blessings.